show y'all too much, but as y'all can see behind me right here, this is where, you know, I do my business. You know what I'm saying? First, if you go watch my other video, I'm not even gonna try to say it. So look, alright y'all, so now that I showed y'all the bathroom area, come on. So, the reason that I built this place in the woods is very simple. Rent nowadays is hard. Rent nowadays is kind of impossible to pay. There's a lot of people out here in this world who, you know, they have it good, but, you know, they don't really want to help out the next person. So, you know, I'm doing this for a whole bunch of reasons. You know, I could have just dug a hole in the ground and built a house and let nobody know, you know, and, but I wanted to show people that, you know, just because you don't have anywhere to go, and just because, you know, life isn't going your way, don't mean that you can't live comfortably. Don't mean that you still can't live in society when society says no to you, and when society kicks you out, when society says, no, I can't help you. You know, I just want to show my people, you know what I'm saying, and anybody who would like to listen that, bruh, there's another way out, and there's another way to do this. Like, we don't have to be in their chains anymore, you know, like, literally, if we get in trouble, they got a home for us. They got a home for us if we get in trouble. We go to jail, you know what I'm saying, but what if we can't pay our rent? What if we can't take care of our families? Then what?
Rapid Response Team Alpha, Security Chief Blanchard, I'll copy. I've barricaded the command center. Not a little dinged up, but I'll live. See if there's anyone left to save. Body cam's live. I'll keep eyes on it. Be advised, we lost contact with 3 of our scientists in town trying to stop the outbreak. Find them, bring them home. We need brain power as much as firepower.
You know, somebody just want to roast them, you never know. And what we have right here, one thing that I built out here, this is my little bench, my little chair thing. This is not going nowhere, okay? It's not going nowhere at all, right? So, look, we have a cinder block here. And when I was in these woods, I just found a whole bunch of cinder blocks. That's
Sorry you came here yet.
Was able to remake
if anyone had to show up,
so if you
I'm
go
glad
in
it was you.
If you go to me rebuilding my fireplace, I have a video of that on it. So, I also just recently got this fireplace, and as you can see right now, it is the smooth.
Don't suppose Uncle Sam gives out medals for marksmanship.
You know?
I didn't settle for a bicky.
Right, and you can hear I'm on the side of a highway. You know what I'm saying? So I found some tires that were here, and you know, I just used them to, you know, my ability. And also, what I found on the side was a mattress, and I will show y'all that. I'll show y'all that inside of my mattress. Now, whenever I came out here originally, I only had this tent, right? It was me and my ex-girlfriend, and we only had you know, about the hay, the sticks, and the bricks. My house is a stick house, but it is equal comparison to a brick house. The structure is I built inside the ground. You know, so let's
What you want me about the flash phones pack? What a pack the poncho.
I'm going to make videos about, you know, if this is all you got, the tent, this is enough. You know what I'm saying? The tent is most definitely enough. Don't think that just because, oh, you have a tent, no, you have a company. Hey, man, I'm here to tell you, when I was in the tent, I was in the company, right? And give me a power tool, feed me, we're good. You know what I'm saying? You make a pallet on the ground, got your little fire outside burning, hey, that's life right there. That's life. Like a lot of people out here living above their means, stuff like that. You can't afford it. Like, bruh, you will find peace in the little things, y'all. Like, literally, bruh. Like, when you sit back, you know, go out of your comfort zone, you see where actually you feel comfortable in. You know, you might think that you might feel comfortable at these parties or at these events. Y'all go to something else and then you feel comfortable. Hey, man. So I do also have, you know, any type of, and with this bucket hat right now, I have to play, because I want to my fireplace is built out of cedar wood, sometimes, some holes. And then I have my bicycle right here. This is how I get around. Max armor. But lately, I haven't been doing the bicycle.
Talking sticky.
So I gotta and this is Storm King. You've been following on my journey. You know that Storm, that was my baby, that was my fighter dog, and you know what I'm saying, she was really like this. She was my baby, and we love her, we miss her, but unfortunately she ran away. You know, I hope that whoever's taking care of her, is taking care of her, feeding her well, training her well, and just showing her how to be a good dog.
Putting my bed in.
Keeping her in a cage 24/7.
I'd sooner put my money on a three-legged horse.
Because when she eats, you know, the other dog's food, or you know, want to fight with the other dogs,
I knew stuff was going to get weird. Not that fucking weird.
See? Can't be hungry if you don't have a head. Problem solved.
Stuck here. Cooler, y'all. A beautiful cooler. See, I don't got that much food, but it's a beautiful cooler, and I was like, bro, I'm saving it. You never know. You never know what you need a cooler for. And then I found another bag. It's a nice duffel bag. I might need to bail out real quick. You know what I'm saying? I got a duffel bag. All right. So, you know, this is, you know, more wood. And then we have my chair. When I was staying in my apartment, I love this chair. When I got kicked out, you know what I'm saying? Before I got kicked out, I threw it out.
Won't find this at the Sunny store.
Stop.
That must have been Dennis Riffle, church groundskeeper. Good guy. Seems his luck didn't stick around in the end, though. Wonder what the key's for.
That's what, I really appreciate you for that. So, let's continue. And y'all, this is just the outside. And, I'm just showing y'all, how it looks on the outside, the structure of it, and it took me
Things are pretty dog shit as it is. No need to make it worse. You got it?
Literally, and what I mean 9 days to build is what I mean the structure. I would say putting everything inside, making everything good. I would say it took me a good 15 days, good 15, 16, 17 days, and I can make me another one of these.
If this fuse out a slingshot, I'm fucking done.
Because mind you, I was using hand tools when I built it. Give me a chainsaw, I'll be done in fine.
Rock on. Looks like there'll be no rest till Exville. Dad would have been proud of that one.
One-way ticket back to base with your name on it.
Have fun.
Suspending exfil for now, Alpha. You're on your own.
Big pumping iron at the dip.
Max armor.
At first, and I do use this close door, and I use
shit.
Heads for fun and profit, and business is booming.
You know what I'm saying? So, hey, I don't use those sometimes. So when I'm on the bed, I might use the lantern sometimes. Hey, just get it nice and, you know what I'm saying? Right in here. But for these video purposes, you know, I'm gonna keep the lantern on, you know, keep these lights on, just so I can show y'all this. And you know, turn them off. And you know, you can't prepare, man.
It's Friday night, fuckers. Time to get bombed.
Marks up.
Keep those nightmares coming.
Cooking up in there. Y'all can see that's a tissue in there. I just throw it in there. I don't like to waste stuff. I just throw it up in there. Burn. Yeah, I don't like to waste stuff. Then we got, you know, some lighter fluid right there. Well, I got my bowl right there. Hey, man, y'all gonna really love this. You know, y'all gonna love it. We'll make some great things. 63 degrees. You know,
Listen, fuckers. Efficiency's key when running a business. This is me being efficient.
You need to hit the exit button. We're ready.
I ain't worried about that because they're my babies. Dogs need love too. You know what I'm saying? Dogs need love too. Animals need love too. So I try to give them as much love as I can. You know, I just want to say I apologize for, you know, late videos, bro. Like the internet out here is trash. You know, leaving out here be trash. Like getting my phone charged. I'm trying to be able to create a power box, bro. It's just so hard right now.
That hurt? Good.
It's just a lot right now that, you know, I'm having to do, but hey, man,
kid.
He said, get on your horse and jump on. You gotta eat that whole plate. You gotta empty the plate. Alright, you gotta empty that plate. No more. Hey, and I'm gonna empty my plate. Hey, look, y'all. So look, we got a lot of water out here. This is my little power box. This is my power box. It's not working right now because the battery is dead on it. I didn't get a good battery because of the watt hours, and it's just a lot. It came supposed to run it under 50%. I was only supposed to run it. I was only supposed to run it. At all. You a light like it's green, you a light red right here. But it was on. Like literally, like while I was talking to it, it will drain my battery. And it'll be direct sunlight. Alright. So then we got stuff like that. Then I got nails and stuff like that in here. Got nails. Got alcohol and peroxide and stuff like that, you know. More food and stuff like that. You got tissue over there. And then we got my little shoes and, you know, got the little trash can. If you know, you know.
Sorry, Alpha. Exfil healers needed elsewhere.
Let's go on this side. So, nothing special, just, you know, wood.
Tear them to pieces.
This trial will evaluate specific skills, as well as several specified criteria. Minimum trial success criteria achieved. You are motivated. Description not found. Medium trial reward unlocked. Excellent work. Please, flood your brain with dopamine and serotonin. I hope these trials have in some way helped to relieve the tedium of your tawdry, miserable existences.
And then, you know, basically under that is just, you know, water over there. You know, that's it. You know, you got the under the bed, you know, how I make it under the bed. You know, and, you know, it's
Max ammo.
not too bad. Go ahead, Cody, yeah? Did you always want to put... So this dude, he goes, I got fired at 61 years old, and now I'm working more than ever before. That should be interesting. I fast forwarded a little bit just to do it.
Double points.
Well, that's just good, clean fun, isn't it? Steroids for me? Fuck no. For my gun? Fuck yes.
It's been that long since he's had summer vacation that it's never happened for him. Wow. If you really think about it, how many of us have been in a position to where we could just take 2 weeks off? Hoping. None. Something to think about. Anyways, he's trying to find a job. Let's hear him out here. But of course, so I applied, and I couldn't find any of your regular jobs where I would be an employee. So I got a position with Uber Eats, doing some delivery driving, you know, for restaurants and Walmart sometimes, shopping pay orders, that type of thing. But that was okay, but it wasn't always paying enough. And being new at it, there was a bit of a learning curve. Because Uber Eats doesn't really teach you that much. I learned more from watching YouTube videos. And I started doing okay. And when I was put there were still financial pressures and what else to do.
Max Ammo.
Gonna tell me about the three-headed meat grinder?
No generations. Gotta be way harder than 60. If you ever do. But fortunately, I had a few videos that struck a chord with some of you folks. Because there seems to be a lot of us out here in the world that have lost.
It's gonna take everything I have and flip me the bird for my trouble, isn't it?
Unexpectedly at a later age. And it's difficult, very difficult, if not impossible, to get rehired. And that's what I was finding. I was finding it very difficult, impossible actually.
Get on with that, you overblown slot machine.
I say a real job, but I mean, you know, at a
Oh, Box. You know exactly what this girl wants.
So, what choice did I have? Driving positions because I enjoyed living the
Take it from a smuggler who knows. Heads are basically pineapples filled with jam.
There's one thing I'm going to say though about like the gig economy. I did Uber for 6 months. It was fun. I did out in LA like 7-8 years ago. I ended up in a regular party. One time I shut that guy driving through and thinking I was much younger, but there's this weird sense of freedom. You know, you're not down. You're on the go. You're going places. It's just funny though that
At this point, I don't care if it shoots fucking acorns, so long as the job gets done.
Dr. Marine, joined the physics team last year. Nice enough
Come on.
He's got 5,000, almost 6,000. He's making some money. He's not getting rich.
See, was that so hard? You don't always need to be such a massive twat.
$1,000 a month, but he can.
Exfil window is opening.
That's actually kind of inspiration in a sense, and it's also kind of a message like, save your money if you can. There's something I was thinking about. He's just out here vlogging.
Wonder if I could write this off on my taxes. Who am I kidding? I don't pay taxes. Baby.
I'm so blown away.
Man, wasn't much going on up there anyway.
Bonus point.
Fucking sticky.
Shut down that pickup offer for now, T.
You said you like my videos, but they're authentic.
They're real authentic. It's like I'm with him. You know what I mean? We're sitting here going, where's the information, Grams? You're still here. I'm still here.
The real deal. Nothing fancy. I'm not doing fancy edits. I'm just trying to be authentic as I can be. Yeah, this is a beautiful area, actually, of the city here. Right here, you can see this walking path, and there's a...
Alright, let's continue forward here. Let's see what else I'm gonna say.
Tear them to pieces.
That was back in my vehicle. There we go.
Oh, God, before it continues, this should be a little...
Max ammo.
This woman divorced her husband and lost $850,000 by sending money to an AI-generated Brad Pitt. What? Yes, apparently a French woman was convinced to divorce her husband and use the money from the divorce to help an AI Brad Pitt. And the kicker is, these were the pictures that convinced her that she was talking to the real Brad Pitt indeed. I am sorry for the The scammers are really living it all here. How does this work? Like, no wonder there's so many scammers out there when apparently it's this easy. Either way, they're the scum of the earth, and I wouldn't mind seeing them thrown in prison. Damn, is it really that easy out here? That is the easiest heist ever. All it took them was, like, AI scammers, they didn't have enough. They couldn't leave it at that. They convinced, or fake Brad convinced, Anne to divorce her husband, which she did. And that's what they were doing the scammers. They convinced Anne that the fake Brad Pitt had kidney cancer.
Yeah, ventilating new ships never gets old.
With Angelina Jolie. And guess what? Anne, who had received a settlement of 775,000 euros, well, $1,000 for divorce, she ended up sending about fake Brad Pitt. And this was all under a pretense
Pack
of
off. Get me a chopper gunner on my location.
yeah, I mean, she played herself. I would feel more sorry for her if she was a faithful widow, but divorcing your husband for AI Brad Pitt. Oh, no, wait, no, the read get true! The read get true! God, we have to get her win. Because apparently, AI Brad Pitt is going to
Max Armor.
any one of us. This is so incredibly dystopian, and I feel like this is only the start of it here in 2025. It's safe to say we're going to have an interesting couple of years with this win. So hey, if you are not subscribed, now's your opportunity to do so, because we're just getting started over here. But why should we this Brad Pitt cancer or Brad Pitt hospital? It's a little bit beyond what we think. It's pretty easy to factor that, but you also believe that the guy so, bless her heart. But I guess, I mean, the scammers convinced her that it was all some secret or something. She didn't claim that she had her doubts about the whole situation during the process, because who would doubt these photos and the whole story? Oh, Brad Pitt's mother. The whole world would Brad Pitt needs to rely on his mother to pick up women. But I guess the big red flag for her showed up when she saw a video of Brad walking to the film festival with his girlfriend. Because apparently it is the Ramon, and it is apparently a jewelry industry executive. So why is Brad, who's clearly in a relationship with Anne, you know, wink, out I don't know, maybe it's a strong relationship. You can't really see that one coming. Well, let's just continue down this rabbit hole, right? How come his new girlfriend Inez, who is the vice president of a fine jewelry company in LA, why is she not able to cover his medical bills? So obviously Anne eventually catches up and starts asking the fake Brad Pitt, why? Why are you out with this woman? Why can't she cover your bills? But apparently, the scammers were really quick to fabricate news stories to keep her hooked for just a little bit longer. How? I don't know. And Anne didn't actually share this information. And honestly, I wouldn't either. That wouldn't come out of me in a hostage situation. I feel terrible for her, but I also don't feel bad for her because she divorced her husband for AI Brad Pitt. Honestly, he dodged a massive bullet with that. But it wasn't until Anne saw more news about Brad Pitt and his actual girlfriend that she realized the truth and filed a criminal lawsuit. Obviously, this is so laughably stupid. I would say to an extent, but it is just laughably stupid because originally Anne went and shared her story on a French TV channel, but they've since deleted the video due to the backlash that Anne received. Or I guess not really the backlash, just the ridicule and laughter that she received. But she made her own bed with this when she divorced her husband for AI Brad Pitt. I mean, come on. The heart really sells it here. But apparently she's been battling some severe depression, which is obviously extremely understandable. Like, that's a lot of money to lose to some scammers, and, you know, she ended a marriage over it. Now, obviously, this story is funny, but it's also sad in a way because it is easy to forget how certain age groups of people just don't have the internet literacy that most of the rest of us do. I can't even tell you how many times I've seen obvious fake AI pictures shared around like they're real, and to me, it's very obvious, but to, I guess, people like Anne, not so much. And what's really alarming about this story is Anne isn't the only person falling for this, and sadly, she's not the only person that's been scammed by a fake Brad Pitt. AI Brad Pitt. They're scamming everyone apparently because another woman in Spain lost $325,000, not dollars, euros, which is more than dollars, to fake AI Brad Pitt. I'm serious about hiding your loved ones, Hide your mother. Hide your grandma. Hide your lady. Hide your wife. Hide your kids. AI Brad Pitt's coming for him, apparently. He wants their money. How is this real? Why? Oh. At least for the Spanish woman, she did manage to recover some of that money. So at least it didn't have as depressing of an ending as Anne's story. If you're like me, you initially saw the story and you just laughed about how absurd it is. But the more I looked into this stuff, the more I realized how common these scams are becoming. Like this story right here, apparently a Reddit user by the name of Legal Beagle 1966, he thought that he met the perfect girl online. Her name was apparently Claudia. The problem here is she was posting, or they were posting photos of Claudia on Reddit, and I guess a bunch of Reddit users were trying to, rizz her up, and unfortunately, Claudia was a scam, and apparently she was created by a bunch of computer science students as a prank to see if they could fool people with AI pictures, and they used Stable Diffusion to generate the realistic pictures from a simple text prompt. So it's not super advanced to do this anymore, which is alarming, to put it lightly, and they even managed to make some money by posting lewds and nudes online before people caught on to the whole situation. So morally, that's pretty but I also feel like we're all eventually just going to get one-shotted by AI. It's going to be really dystopian just a few decades from now. Maybe even 5 years from now, it'll just be extremely dystopian. Who knows? But at least we'll be here on this channel to cover it. But it's not like catfishing is a new thing either. I mean, we have dudes falling for Charlie D'Amelio catfishes, and this is even without AI.
Well, let's see her. I know, I want to see. She sent me a couple photos.
So clearly the bar is set incredibly low to begin with. So AI has just taken what's already been a pretty big problem throughout the internet and just upped it by a whole bunch. Like AI scams are catfishing on steroids. And the people who tend to fall for all this stuff is either people who are a little bit slow, or you could say they're lagging a bit, or, just people with not that much internet literacy who may also be lagging a bit. We've already had to worry about our grandmother getting scammed, and now we have to worry about a simple photo will not prove that we're not being catfished. The FBI says that over 18,000 people fell victim to catfishing scams in 2018, and those scams apparently cost people over $300 million, and that was back in 2018 when things weren't as widespread as what they are now.
But when I first saw this, it actually scared me a little. You see that girl on the right? That's actually not a person. The guy on the left that's wearing a towel as a hat is using Stable Diffusion to create a very low frame rate webcam feed. And this is scary, because once they get that to a higher frame rate, you can't even tell the difference of who you're talking to online. I mean, catfishing people with pictures is already a thing. Video would be the next level.
So honestly, we might all just be Facebook announces that they're going to lay off 5% of its workforce. Is this signs of an economy that's falling apart right before our eyes? Well, I think so. So not only are we going to go over the layoffs from Facebook recently announced, we're also going to go over the information that came out this morning on CPI, and we're going to show you guys the reaction of the market. And we're also going to go under the hood to show you what's in the CPI report. Happy Wednesday, you guys, and Mitch Vexler is here to co-host with us. Mitch, how are you today, sir?
Good. The CPI came out, and the market does what the market does.
The market is crazy, but first let's dig under the hood and show the viewers what's happening with Facebook Meta and that two-faced slime ball. Mark Zuckerberg. We'll start with CNBC. This article came out on the 14th. Like Mitch and I have been warning you guys about, they actually are warning their employees about layoffs via email. So all that personal, your family, we love you, you guys remember, that's not true. They don't care about you. They care about
you lucky undead bastard.
Now the name of this article is Meta announces 5% cuts in preparation, and they say for an intense year. So these may be signs of what Mitch and I have been warning you about, the fact that unemployment is going to get much worse. A few bullet points right here, you guys. We already talked about the 5% work cut. CEO Mark Zuckerberg informed employees about the decision to move out lower performers faster. So if you suck as an employee, you are out. But that's normal.
That's normal. You're not supposed to have, like,
Keep pushing.
bosses
We
and
need to find
managers
out
that
what
beg you
caused
to
all
come
this,
to work.
even if it
It's
turns
not
out
supposed to be like that at all. In a memo posted on the company's internal workplace forum on Tuesday, Zuckerberg told employees 2025 will be an intense year for the company. Meta is set to cut about 5% of its workforce, focusing on the company's lowest performing staffers, CNBC confirmed Tuesday. CEO Mark Zuckerberg informed employees about the decision to move out the lower performers faster in a memo posted on the company's internal workplace forum on Tuesday. Zuckerberg told employees 2025 will be an intense year. The company specified that it is exiting approximately 5% of the lowest performers. In a separate message posted by a company director, Meta has more than 72,000 employees, according to its most recent quarterly report. And I'm curious, when it's talking about the lowest performing employees, that's probably not even counting the fact-checking and the DEI stuff that they cut. Meta said employees affected by layoffs will be notified by February 10th and receive severance in line with what the company has provided previously, which means it's going to be a little bit lower, more than likely. The cut represents Meta's largest layoff since it eliminated 21,000 jobs, or nearly a quarter of its workforce in 2022 and in 2023. So it looks like the mass layoffs are back for Meta. Bloomberg was first to report the cut, citing an internal memo. The move follows several major operational changes that Meta aims at building closer ties. Get this match with President-elect Donald Trump. Before we go into the rest of this article about fact-checking DEI, because we will go back into that, I first want to ask you a question, Mitch. Is this starting to look like it's what we've been warning the viewers about, as far as the media and the mainstream is not really telling us what's going on? There will be more layoffs, and 2025 is going to be a very wicked year. Is this what we're seeing right here, Mitch? Yes. When at first they practice to deceive, and that is the reality of what you've got here. So Meta, through years of cumulative lying, has done this to themselves. There was a study that I saw yesterday talking about platforms and how adults get mad at what the platform is, how they get mad at that platform and find out that they've been lied to or manipulated. And now all that is coming to the surface. So think of the revenue stream that goes down because adults simply say, that's it, I'm out of here. I've got to go to another source to get my information. Well, that is what is happening with Meta. So he created this. This problem falls at his feet. He lied. And in truth, part of this is the government's fault too, because they didn't enforce the laws. These people are broadcasters. So what the government did is, those in the social media world, they said, well, we won't hold you liable for information you put out. All this administration needs to do is flip that switch. It will take about 5 minutes, because the laws did exist. Then they stripped the laws away, put the law back. CC. You lie, yank your license to broadcast. You watch how fast this gets cleaned up. But this is, no doubt, Zuckerberg's fault. Every stitch of this. He took a side. He went down that rabbit trail of a political ideology.
That's what you get for standing in my way.
Reality. They go, they hire more people to create the fraud. And now, it doesn't work anymore because other people are in charge with the new administration. So then he walks into Mar-a-Lago, kisses his, and voila, it's still 5%. And in this case, it's not his 5% either. His revenue stream is disintegrating. You gotta pick a team and you gotta stick with it, man. This whole flip-flopping is just, it bothers me, man. I mean, you stick with people through the thick and thin, and so it feels like he's being two-faced, and that's all. And he just wants to make as much money as possible from whoever is elected into office, and he's just gonna pick that person's, beliefs, when what should be really happening is he stays in his lane, other people stay in their lane. But that's not what's happening. And let's go into now, Mitch, fact-checking and the DEI. And I just want to say, I don't like to cover the DEI stuff. Mitch just said, why is it so darn difficult for these people to tell the truth? And honestly, I don't know, Mitch. But remember, you guys, last week, this came out on the 7th, Meta scraps fact-checking, brings back political content in the latest Trump-friendly move. And this alone here, I would never trust this guy. He manipulated data and narrative during the election. Platform the most, which I said we needed more because we need to see raw information decision. We don't need financially biased narratives. And on top of that, remember you guys, a few days ago, exclusive, Meta also kills DEI programs. Mitch, let's listen to this video briefly, and then I want to ask you the question. Let's talk about whether or not Mark Zuckerberg is just a two-faced businessman.
Zuckerberg's critics, some of them calling his turn opportunistic, disingenuous, spineless even, because for all of his recent comments and actions to appeal to a more libertarian or conservative audience, there are past efforts and actions in the other direction, like the promotion of progressive values on his platforms and within his own company. There's also been stricter content moderation policies during the 2020 presidential election. Now, shortly after Zuckerberg's latest Joe Rogan interview published on Friday,
he also went on Joe Rogan and he acted like he was a professional bow hunter, and you couldn't even tell Joe Rogan what type of bow he had. So far, I'm going to tell you right now, this guy's an absolute fraud, fake, slime ball.
Epic CEO Tim Sweeney posted on X, after years of pretending to be Democrats, big tech leaders are now pretending to be Republicans. Be aware of the scummy monopoly campaign.
I have no respect for people that jump on another team as soon as hard things start to happen or challenges start to happen. That's when team comes together, not pulls apart. Mitch, I want to get your opinion here, but to me, this guy's just a two-faced bum. He's a businessman and he's doing everything he can to say whatever he needs to say to get his stock to keep going up and to get his customers to keep going to Meta. What is your take on all of this, sir? Do you think he's two-faced, or do you think he's just making good decisions?
You know, your prices are a bit steep, but I think you're alright.
Here's the thing. You said he's a businessman. He is not a businessman. A businessman will keep focus on the clients. That's all that matters when you're in business, is your clients. As a developer, it's my tenants. Nothing else matters. Don't care about the political beliefs, don't care about anything.
That's what you get for splattering your stuff all over my good food.
He is not a businessman. Two-faced, he's already proven that he's two-faced. Right? You can't make an argument. I saw a little bit of that interview, but the point of the matter is, that's not an argument, right? When you can't answer a question, and you can't figure out what side of the table you're on, then answer the question legitimately. So he's got all these things going around him. Well, I've got to wrestle this amount of employees, I've got this, I've got that. None of these problems would have occurred had he have just been solely focused on his patrons, the people that are paying the bill. But, well, we got to keep the share price up, so automatically he's doing things in the press because he...
Everybody always tells me, bro, I feel bad for you. You must hate your life. You work at 7-Eleven at 30 years old. And for the most part,
Who the fuck let me have this?
then one of your regulars
What kind of
brings you
customer
some fresh
is this?
pasta from one of your
Seriously,
favorite restaurants, and you win $5 from a $5 scratcher. Not all bad at
Lights
7-Eleven.
off, you're dead.
Everybody always
Can't get
tells me,
simpler
bro, I
than
feel
that.
bad for you. You must hate your life. You work at 7-Eleven
And
at
I'll
30
do it
years old.
again.
And for the most part,
Many
yeah, I
bloody
do hate my
times.
life. Then one of your regulars brings you in some fresh pasta from one of your favorite restaurants, and you win $5 from a $5 scratcher. Not all bad at 7-Eleven. Everybody always tells me, bro, I feel bad for you. You must hate your life. You work at 7-Eleven at 30 years old. And for the most part, yeah, I do hate my life. Then one of your regulars.
So as you know, Teslas get into a lot of crashes, and the question is, will Tesla also crash the market? That's the subject of today's video, and we'll start with some headlines about how this relates to the market as a whole, and you'll see how it all connects. This is the headline today. Tesla says the Cybertruck is, quote, best-selling, so why is it offering discounts? And why is this important to the market? Because if you have a lot of bubbles out there, frost, housing cars, you have the company saying one thing, it's an absolute success, it's fantastic. You have all of the fanboys and fangirls saying, oh my god, Tesla, everyone wants a Cybertruck, right? But then you have reality, which doesn't quite match. But those two, to be honest, it's overpriced. They're not really selling that many.
Look who's keeping up with you, geezers.
They claim that they have 2 million pre-orders, and they've only sold like 40,000, right? So clearly the numbers aren't as great as they would have wanted them to be, and now they're trying to do amazing a lot by offering a discount. So certainly there's a problem there. And with the bubble bubble gets to be too big, when you're boasting and you're basically lying and fraud, it gets to be too much, the markets start to realize it, like, oh my God, this is a house of cards. Here's another example. Tesla offers Cybertruck discounts after shifting workers to Model Y. We've talked about this before. They shut down the line, I think it was like a week or so. This was, I want to say it was November, because we talked about it a while ago already. And then now we're hearing that they're moving workers from Cybertruck to go make the Y. So they're producing less of these things. I mean, you can't overproduce a Cybertruck. It's a loss, right? And if you put too many of these out there and you can't sell them, then they're all sitting on the lots. And then you report, because you'll see reports on various cities around the world where there's all these, it's not just Cybertruck, all these Teslas sitting around because no one wants to buy them. And then the Tesla fanboys and fangirls get really, really mad. But that's essentially why, markets will ultimately catch up to reality. And if the reality is that this thing is all a bubble, it can crash very, very quickly. Now, Tesla and Cybertruck are the most hyped stuff out there. But it's more than just that. This relates to our markets as a whole. So, yes, they're offering discounts. I just checked their website just before making this video. It looks like they're still trying to offer you, free supercharging if you buy the thing. They're trying to move them off the lot. They can't sell them, right? And I think it's a big deal, too, if they're moving workers around. So here's the discounts. $1,600 off a new Cybertruck, and then I guess if you buy a demo truck, it's $2,600 off. You got this also. There was a billionaire recently. This is a British dude, and he says, I'm a billionaire and drive 90K Tesla, but I'm fuming after EV's catastrophic failure on day after warranty ran out. All of this really disgusted me and soured my experience of the brand. So here's the post. This is just 2 days ago from John Caldwell. So he's a billionaire. I think he's worth like $2 or $3 billion. And he says, what kind of appalling customer service is this? My Tesla Model X broke down the day the 4-year warranty expired, or possibly just before. And then he goes on to write this really long post explaining all these problems he's had with Tesla. What it boils down to is Tesla cuts corners on their vehicles, and they also cut corners on their service, etc. And a lot of the stuff is based on hype. Before, if you wanted an electric car, that was the only game in town. But things are really, really changing as there's competition ramping up, and also to the appetite for cars, or for these kind of cars, is going down. And it's not just Tesla, it's a lot of things in the market, to where people, if the economy slows, you're less willing to just throw your money off, the latest and greatest that may not work. I want to read some comments in communities, because you guys can see this stuff as well. This is coming in from Baby Boomer Critic, and they say, MAGA is an entertainment club. Let that one sink in for a minute. MAGA's delusions are reality game show delusions. And that was a response to my last video when I was saying basically why people like an Elon, or people who admire. They're admiring
You thought all that armor make a fucking difference?
Advertising. It's all entertainment. They're entertainers, and that's what they're good at. A lot of people fall for that. I thought it was a stupid comment, right? MAGA is an entertainment goal. Tabat says the U.S. can't be considered a real country at this point. It needs to stay hard to get in. And this is where there can be crashes here in the markets, because again, our most hyped up products, our most hyped up stocks, etc. Clearly, and now that become president along with Elon Musk, we're going to see what happens. Mark Barkley said Donald Trump another comment, so I like to read your comments. Guys, I read all your comments. I just can't respond to every single one of them, because there's a lot, but I do read them all. If you guys ever hang out in our community, you'll see we have a lot of people have a lot of interesting insight, and you get different points of view. This is coming from Dan Parrish. Dan says, this is by far the strangest thing he's ever done, in my opinion. That's regarding Elon Musk and the whole lying about the video gaming stuff, which is so weird. Just see my last video. It's just a weird thing to talk about. It shows you who he is. Dan says also, he has nothing to gain from this. Investors would think closer and unproductive to be spent on video games. Real games, fraud. What could he possibly gain from pretending to be the best video gamer? This is ridiculous. Kim Jong-un saying he made 18 holes in one on the golf course. I replied, and then convinced everyone to vote for you that you did the 18 holes in one. Plus,
we need to shut down that pickup offer for now, too.
Right? So basically, Trump put out a bunch of lies, and people do believe it, but how long? Markets will probably predict this stuff when they start to really see through it. And also, to be fair, Wall Street, they'll pump up lies as long as they think they can make money on it. But when the fraud no longer works...
What's going on? How you
fill in on something. I'm gonna tell y'all why. This is the reason why I quit Amazon. I'm gonna tell you why, because it'd be like,
Someone go grab a muffin bucket. We got a gusher.
It was like so unorganized. They were supposed to give me a rabbit, but they didn't give me no rabbit. So they didn't have the right equipment for me to go out and do my job. They gave me nothing. They told me use my phone as a rabbit. So I got to use my phone.
Make room, you rotten sausages. I'm coming through.
It was hard because my phone wouldn't get enough juice to stay charged to do the job. And then it was like, it was just crazy because how you gonna send me out there if you ain't got the right equipment? My rabbit wasn't available. They didn't train me. So it was like, I didn't even know what to do. Then you have like 250 packages to deliver a day. So while I'm delivering, I'm going to the back of the truck each and every time, getting the package. So it's just like time for something. I didn't know where to go. I was looking on the map.
Another tango identified. How many kinds of these freaks are there?
Yes, it was all over the place. It was like, you get paid to do that because it's like, how you gonna send me out there? You got the right type of equipment. And you didn't train me. This is my first day.
That's where it's fired up.
They didn't train
no one's saying you want to.
So, I'm just out there like a little cannonball.
Nice. Really gets into those hard to reach places.
You got a time limit. They want you to deliver a certain amount of packages a certain amount of time.
Anybody got mouthwash?
If you don't do that, it's just crazy. Get a 9 to 5. And it's just crazy because everything is high. Like the prices for everything, food, cars, everything going up with your pay, you know? So that's the crazy part because
this is what we call pregame.
That's the trick to keep us coming back. So now it's like I gotta see what else I'm gonna do next because I don't know if I'm tripping or not. Let me know, y'all, because it's like if you working on your first day on the job and you don't got the proper equipment, what would you do? So it's like, would you quit? Gave another chance, keep going. It was just too much for me because I'm out here trying to make an honest living. Y'all ain't got all my equipment. Y'all ain't got all my equipment. I'm trying to make an honest living. Then the customers, they're just like, they got an attitude.
Guess my dealer was right. Pays to try the weird shit.
They was coming up to the truck before I even delivered the packages. They used to be like, I seen you like 4 or 5 stops away. Trying to get my package down. They would be waiting to deliver the package. It was just crazy. My first day was crazy. Just like, I don't know how people can do it. But I think if they gave me the proper training, I probably could have did it better. But I ain't had no patience because
pick up windows open.
How they gonna do me like that? And it's crazy how they set you up on these jobs though, because it's like,
yeah. Imagine dealing with 3 car Monty after having one of these. I could retire before the week's out.
They're not making it better on the job force because at the workplace, because it's like they keep sitting out there not prepared. I'm in the middle of nowhere. And then the good part is that they gave me a gas card. I was all down my route. I was even down my route. I had about 5 bins left to deliver. So my gas card, they gave me a gas card. They gave me a gas card. I called them. I called them to tell them that don't work. Y'all gave me this gas card that don't work.
Not a fucking fan of the laser picking knock-faced triplets with the
She got
shark
an
teeth.
attitude with me. Somehow I'm supposed to finish my route. And I ain't got no gas.
You see that, Pet? How about you get up your ass and give it a go?
I put that stuff back so fast, bro.
On today's episode of Gadget Girls, you'll learn how to make those truckers go the way of the dodo.
Block their number, man. Cause it's like, why would y'all do that to me? And I'm trying to help y'all, you know, deliver these packages. It was just unprofessional. So I don't know about this Amazon thing. I don't know if I should give it another try, or I don't know, cause it's like that junk just like it rubbed me the wrong way. And it's just like all I was trying to do is just complete the job, make an honest living, do the work, and be straight like that. But it's just like they didn't give me the proper tools, and that's the crazy part. They didn't give me the proper tools to do the job, and they want me to do all these deliveries. Is they crazy? Who gonna do all them deliveries with no supplies? And then you don't even supposed to be using your personal stuff for the company. You're supposed to use the stuff that the company gives you. So the rabbit is what they supposed to supply me to go around to deliver and stuff like that. But you can get in it with your phone, but you don't supposed to be using your phone. This is my first day on the job. I gotta use my phone on the first day on the job. You're supposed to make sure everything's
Export heroes needed elsewhere.
when I come up there. That's how you do it. You're supposed to make sure everything's prepared when I get up. Not me bringing my phone and doing it. That's the crazy part. I shouldn't have to use my phone. I should have to use supply me with everything. And that's the part how they get you. They don't want to supply you with nothing. Give you nothing. Expect you to do the job 100%. So you ain't got the equipment to do the job 100%. Then they nag you when you out down the road. Like where that makes sense at. Then we in an inflation. You don't get paid enough for that. You doing all this.
Max armor.
18, $19 an hour, whatever. Then when you try to work overtime, they be trying to be selective on that. They be trying to not pay no hours overtime. Watching that, so it's like, how can you get a kid? You can't never get a kid because you ain't designed for you to get a kid. That's how it doesn't work. I tip my hat off to the people in the world that try to
Make this look easy.
Live a straight life and get a job, because it's hard, because you got to wait for a job to call you back and stuff like that. I done been through stuff like that, so hopefully y'all feel my pain. And it's like, you can't quit your 9 to 5 because it's guaranteed money. So when you want to start your own business, you stop doing that, because a lot of people in this world got dreams and goals
No,
and stuff.
it's not at all. I hate
They
it.
really can't continue
Yeah.
to go because 9 to 5 is paying too much. But the thing about the 9 to 5, I understand it's guaranteed money. But it's guaranteed money, and they only pay you so much. That's the trick. They don't pay you enough to get ahead. They pay you enough because they know you got to get a car. They know you got to get a house. They know you got bills to pay. So it's like you taking out payments and stuff to do that. And that's how they get you. And that's how they keep you to come back. Just jobs in general. So the Amazon stuff was just like, they was doing too much for me. Like, already on the first day, there's supposed to be something different than that on the first day. And that's the crazy part. I ain't never experienced nothing like that in my life. No first day on the job. And I've been through plenty of jobs. It's just that this was different. I'm out there delivering. Then I'm in a state where it's like it's not hot all year round. So we got bad weather, snow, and stuff like that. And them customers still want their package. Even when it's a bad day. And they take it out on the drivers. And we're just delivering. And that's the crazy part. We're not doing nothing but just delivering packages. We regular people just like y'all. We're not robots. We got families to take care of too. So it's just like, this is crazy in this world. Because the stuff people go through to keep a job and do the right thing, you know? And they make it hard not to do the right thing. I'm talking about they make it hard at the job. Then you got the people just own you. The very first day I didn't have my equipment. It took me so long to go to those deliveries. I'm going to different houses. The next stop is down the street. The crazy part is just like I was going to every stop. I go to this house, I'm going to the back of the truck to get the package for this house. Then the next stop down the street, I'm going to the next house down the street. I gotta go to the back of the truck too. So it's like it was just so unorganized. It was just like, you can't even think straight because the stuff just so unorganized. And imagine if I would have tried to organize it and get it together. If I would try to organize it and get it together, I would have been sitting in one spot trying to get those packages. They would have been calling and telling me, what you doing? Why you been in one spot for hours? 30 minutes. Well, remember, I wasn't trained the first day. I wasn't trained or nothing. They just told me, get out there. Use your phone. We ain't got no supplies for you. Figure it out. How do you get there the first day of the job? You got no training. You're supposed to train me, I believe, what, the first couple weeks? I was supposed to have been trained? This was the first day without a trainer. I ain't had no trainer or the rest of the delivery. So it's just like, y'all let me know y'all opinion. Y'all take on these jobs because it's just like, it was a bad experience for me. So I don't even know if I want to go back to Amazon. But shoot, I quit my first day, so it's like I gotta find another job now. See who hire. Know how that is.
See? Can't be hungry if you don't have a head.
Application in.
Problem solved.
They take all day to call you back. Then some jobs are just like, they always say work another job, guaranteed not actually. Really not guaranteed to go to the job. Going shut down. Laying off. Some people been working for what, 10 years, 15 years at a time. They get laid off. Now they back at scrum. So you got a lot of people in this world that they've been out of a job for like 15, 20 years. And they scared to quit or do anything or go find another job because they done got so complacent and comfortable where they at. But it's a whole new world out here. There's people trying to be self-made and start their own businesses. I tip my hat off to them because in reality, you really can't live in this world with just one income. You gotta have other incomes coming in. Then it's like, we in the inflation now, so it's like, all the houses is what? A lot. Mortgage payments, what, $1,500, $2,000 a month. Plus you got bills. And houses is what, $200,000, $300,000 now. They used to be cheaper. So it's like you gotta work overtime just to pay that. And that's when I started realizing, I used to think overtime was a lot of money, but it's really not, because you got to work all
I'll tell you the same
hours
thing I told my ex during my last
just to
PCI.
make
It'd be real nice if you could
enough
save
just to
screwing me for
maintain.
another
You
day.
can't really get nothing based off overtime.
You wouldn't try to unlock a
buy
knockoff on me, would you?
a new house or car based off overtime hours, because they're really not your actual hours. And when they cut them hours, you're going to be mad in the mother. So that's what I'm saying. It's like, it's crazy. Because it's like they don't pay enough. So that's what I always learn. Overtime is really
You ain't that stupid.
not where it's at. And then when you spend all that time working, you got a family. You ain't gonna be able to see your son grow up, your daughter grow up like that, because you always at work. So they can do whatever, getting into whatever, because you're too busy working. It ain't like you getting paid for it. You ain't about to make no millions doing no overtime. So it's like, and time is the most important thing you can't get back in your life. So you gotta use it wisely. I think that's the most valuable compensation, is your time. Money is cool. Time is money, but money ain't everything. But time is something you can't get back. You can get money back. Money come and go. Money ain't everything. What you gotta do what's best for you when you in the working situations, because some of these employers, they don't even care about you. Let you.
Being broke, the new normal for a lot of individuals. Now let's sit down today and hear some stories of certain individuals that are in these types of situations, as well as how they got themselves there. If you're also a brokey as well as I am, and you can relate to any of this sort of content, or you just like it for some odd strange reason, then don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I upload just about every day around here. So let's continue.
Are we all fighting for our lives financially right now, or is it just me? I have a good degree, I work 3 jobs, I budget the hell out of my money to an annoying, obsession. I'm watching every single penny I'm spending because I'm trying to pay off all of my student loans, but times are tough right now. Man, I feel like the more you work, the more you have to pay for, and it's tough out there right now. I think I do well, and then I look at my bank account, I'm like, oh my god, or I go to the grocery store and it is tough right now, and sometimes I feel like I'm the only one, because sometimes I'll look and I'll be like,
oh, trust me, you're not the only one, honey.
China is sending its Vice President Han Zhang to President-elect Trump's inauguration on Monday. This is the first time a high-ranking Chinese official will attend an American inauguration.
Man, you say you can't buy
Trump originally
happiness.
invited Xi Jinping
Man,
himself.
it's full of shit.
Ambassadors rate on X. We stand ready to work with the new U.S. government to enhance dialogue and communication, jointly pursue a stable, healthy, and sustainable China-U.S. relationship, and find the right way for the two countries to get along with each other. Trump says he's been in communication with Xi Jinping through representatives. Joining me now is Hudson Institute Senior Fellow, Atlas Organization founder, and the author of the Decade China Meeting. Back with us. Jonathan, good to see you. What is your outlook for the U.S.-China relationship under Trump?
Well, I think we're going to have a much tougher administration than we had in the Biden years. Obviously, there's all
Getting some bang for my buck. Not that I ever paid full price.
China's military build up in the Pacific or defense build. We have a pretty broad spectrum set of things across the entire board that have to get done here. So having an envoy to the inauguration of this.
You like that? I know I sure as fuck do.
The inauguration of King Charles, for example, so it's set by Xi.
What's with all the fucking splatter? I mean, you'd think it'd cauterize them.
Work that has to be done in this relationship to regain America's prime position in the world, to ensure that we're the top military that's ready to push back entirely against.
Don't suppose Uncle Sam gives out medals for marksmanship. Didn't settle for a biggie.
Yeah, I mean, look, this is vintage Trump. You just don't know where the man is going to go. You just do not know how he's thinking or what he's thinking.
Cutting down human trafficking.
China's inauguration, and then getting ready to slap tariffs on them later on that day. But China has reportedly been stockpiling U.S. soybeans in anticipation of Trump's tariff threat, importing a record 105 million metric tons last year alone, Jonathan. China also reported a trade surplus of nearly $1 trillion for 2024. It's 3 times higher than what it was during 2018, Trump's initial tariffs on imports. China accounting for over 27% of worldwide industrial production, according to the Wall Street Journal. And Indian Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent spoke about it during the Senate confirmation hearing yesterday. Watch this.
China is the most imbalanced, unbalanced economy in the history of the world. They are in a severe recession/depression. They are attempting to export their way out of that as opposed to doing the much-needed internal rebalance. So, I am with you on the need to open markets, but we cannot allow a player like this to flood our markets or to flood the world.
Jonathan, I thought it was great. I mean, Bessent also noted that the U.S. may want to force China to make catch-up payments for failing to honor the commitment during Trump's first term. They basically said, Bessent basically said China is starting behind the 8 ball. And so, what do you think played out here?
Well, look, he's got that right. We can't allow him to flood world markets. We can't allow him to flood our market. It's also a giant vulnerability for China. Don't forget, this is all the way they built that position in the international trade system is massive American and allied intellectual property. Converting that to a dominance of specific strategic industries and also converting that in turn into rising military power. So that entire machine has to stop in a sense. I mean, we can't have them flood the global markets and at the same time to have $1 trillion in a global trade surplus go to that US and our allies sort of an enormous amount of leverage over the trading relationship. And I think that's what we're going to see very concerned about the tariffs, and that really scares them. And their ability to retaliate against that, so at least in terms of the trade relationship.
Suspending expo for now, Alpha.
Some retaliation against American companies. We've seen them do probes already, and I think they'll do that sort of thing. And American companies are going to have to get out of harm's way in that regard. I mean, they have to be prepared for this sort of situation. But fundamentally, has the ability that we really have to focus on remaining the top economy in the world, long-term dream going all the way back to Mao Zedong of surpassing the USA. We can't let them do that.
Now let's talk TikTok. The ban is looming. The deadline is this Sunday. If it's not sold to a U.S. buyer, it's banned. President Trump reportedly considering an executive order to delay the ban, as President Biden reportedly says he will not enforce the law come Sunday. Incoming National Security Advisor Michael Waltz said this: "We will put measures in place to keep TikTok from going dark, and promising Trump will protect Americans' data." Now, some Americans have been flocking to another Chinese app called Red Note. It is more heavily censored, actually, and it's used almost exclusively by Chinese speakers. So why Americans are going on Red Note is beyond me, Jonathan. Your reaction?
Sure, and let's not forget what the bill in Congress is really about. It's about the prevention of foreign adversary-controlled applications. So, I don't think we're ultimately going to see a migration of users from from a ByteDance-controlled app to a direct Chinese CCP little red book is what it's called.